Well, I guess it was about a ridiculous amount of time ago, about 35 years ago. I was at university in America and there was another English guy in the college, which was actually in Vermont, called Goddard College, and his name was John Paul Cook. And he was studying theatre at college, and so was I. And we'd had this dream of going back to Cornwall or Devon to start a professional touring theatre company. I came to England and went to drama school in London, and he went off to Paris and studied mime at Jacques Lecoq Mime School. The idea was that he was going to go and learn all about mime theatre, and I was to learn about straight theatre. Then we'd come together, teach each other the different forms of theatre, and start a unique style of theatre in Cornwall or Devon. At the same time, we ran into a bunch of musicians who wanted to come together. We just managed to buy a farm with borrowed money down here in Cornwall. And it was near Liskeard, near St. Keen. We had a barn there, and my name is Oliver Foot. And someone thought, why not just call it Footsbarn? And basically, over the first year, we started to write our own plays, our own stuff, based on Cornish legend and Cornish history. A unique style evolved. I'd call it rough theatre. I'd call it country theatre. I'd call it raw theatre. You could fart. It came together and formed this unique theatre company called Footsbarn Theatre. And we toured villages and towns and church halls and town halls, and in the summer we did car parks and we did beaches, and we went all over. In May of each year we'd go from village to village to village, all down the north coast and all the way up the south coast, doing a show a day. We lived like a community in this place, in this farm, and the single people lived in the house, and the couples lived in caravans dotted around this farm. And no one was paid at all. In fact, we were all into kind of Eastern religions and stuff like that. And I remember when my son, Jesse, was born in the barn, the rest of the group was singing Hare Krishna underneath. I'm embarrassed to have to admit that. We grew our own vegetables. We had our own goats and chickens, and we bought all our brown rice in bulk. We were all vegetarians. And it was really basically a dream come true when we started this traveling theatre company. We became, at that time, a kind of successful alternative theatre. People started coming from Europe and from around England as groupies around us, as the sort of alternative, hip, cool kind of theatre. It was a fantastic dream. We were very, very idealistic. And a group called Charlie and the Wide Boys started. And the musicians and Footsbarn would work together, and we'd go out and produce theatre. Then to see what's happened in 30 years, Footsbarn has developed into an international, probably the most successful alternative international theatre company in the world. They've been everywhere. They've been through Africa, they've been through Central and South America, they've been through China, they've been to Russia, they've been to Australia, they've been all over the world. So we started a simple travelling theatre company based on William Shakespeare in Cornwall, and 30 years later we see them back here doing the same kind of theatre, but much more seasoned and much greater. It's a wonderful, wonderful story, and I'm so proud to have played a very small part in this whole thing.